Hi, this is Trevor, and welcome back to our weekly tarot card challenge. Today is Saturday, September 13th, 2014, and we're definitely getting into the fall season here in Winnipeg. Lots of people heading into school and new routines, so I find it's a very changeable time in terms of my schedule. I take advantage of periods that are a little bit quieter to study, to catch up with things like this. But I'm also noticing a lot of people kind of wanting readings at the last minute. So we always try to accommodate that. There's lots of information about how I work, both in person and online over Skype. I'm doing a little bit more of that these days. And all of that information is on my website at trevorsense.com. So I hope you'll check that out. Let's get into our card of the week. Again, I'm shuffling the cards and cutting them. And today's card, the Three of Swords. Certainly a card that most people react to immediately. What powerful imagery. We see this heart pierced by swords and rain coming down. So interesting that there's the interaction of elements. You know, tarot works with that idea that there are these four elements that run through our lives: earth, water, fire, and air. And we associate those elements to aspects of our lives, but also aspects of our consciousness. So what we have here, you know, is certainly a very emotional looking situation, right? But emotions in tarot are in the Suit of Cups. That has to do with water. And this is the Three of Swords. Swords have to do with our mental function, how we analyze and work with things. But here's the kicker. We see interaction of those elements within the elements. Sorry, I'm going to adjust my camera. We see interaction of those elements within the elements. So we may have a situation that is very strongly emotional, but the function that has to go on is mental. So I see the Three of Swords, you know, as a card that has to do with very strong emotional situations, but where we have to make mental decisions, sometimes tough emotional decisions. Interesting too that in the imagery we see rain. So we have water interacting with the air element. We have water kind of moving through the air, right? So we're seeing again that interaction of the elements within the elements. So when you look in the little book that comes with your tarot cards when you initially buy them, and it gives you some key ideas, this is a card that sometimes is so associated with, again, difficult emotional situations, such as separation, loss, conflict in relationships. So I see it as a situation where the head has to deal with the emotional ground. I often say, picture like a little cartoon, where you've got a little cartoon brain, you know, and a little cartoon heart. And the situation is very emotional. It's like they have to get in a car and they have to travel through a challenging time. So the head says to the heart, you're in no shape, you're blubbering away, get in the back seat. So the heart, very upset, has to kind of take a back seat to the mental decisions. The heart goes, but it's gonna hurt. And the head says, what do you call the state you're in? So the head has to do the driving. But there's still an interaction. You know, sometimes the heart looks over the back seat and goes, hey, where are we? We've been traveling for a while. So we have to listen to that interaction between head and heart. There's that sense of how those things relate. And relating is an important part of all of the threes. You'll see it in the Three of Cups, where there's those sisterly influences interacting. You see it in the Three of Pentacles, where you have that fraternity of how people are having to interact from different perspectives. So there's interaction, and here we're seeing that interaction of head and heart. Those are just some random thoughts around the Three of Swords. It's a challenging card. But it is only the 3. It's not the 9. It's not the 10. I think of something that Dalai Lama says. To love is to be vulnerable. So in the Three of Swords, we are seeing our vulnerability. But we can be attentive to it. We can place boundaries. We can make decisions. Okay? So I encourage you all to be open, to be listening to the head and the heart. And with that, I wish everyone a very great week, and we'll hope to see you again soon. Take care, and bye for now.